Man, what's up? What's happening? You already know who it is and what it is. Your boy Q Walker. If it's your first time tuning in, this is Beyond the Game. And you know what I'm saying? It's everybody's favorite day. So I'm gonna go and get on to the right on into the proceedings and introduce everybody real quick. We got my guy Hot Dog, aka my bracket is trash. Go introduce yourself, man.
What's up, guys? The name says it all. It's been a rough opening round for me in the bracket. Can't wait to talk about it.
Man, and then everybody bring this other guy to the stage. He, for whatever reason, is Dak Prescott's biggest fan. He might even be Dak Prescott's agent. We got Michael
I
This
Ralph.
guy,
Go
man.
I really hated I missed the show last week because I knew that was a big topic of discussion. But
Hey, man, the man got what he deserved. That's what I got to say.
yeah, that was last week's news.
We're not gonna do this today.
No, we ain't. Let's not do it today.
That's
we're
not
not gonna-
good.
We got, but man, like Hot Dog alluded to, we got a lot to get into with March Madness going on over the weekend and still going on today. Actually, as a matter of fact,
Right.
we got a couple of games going on. So, fellas, Hot Dog, I'm gonna get you first since your bracket is trash. What has been your thoughts about March Madness thus far?
It's been the game of the little guy, man. A lot of these upsets, double-digit seeds. I think they said there was already 4 double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16. Hasn't been done since 1980 something. I saw the stat come up last night after Oral Roberts beat Florida. It's been like I said, a lot of these big teams have already been knocked out. I think there's already been one number 1 seed already out.
What's up, Ike?
It wouldn't surprise me if another one goes out with Michigan. Michigan is lost without Isaiah Livers. It wouldn't surprise me if LSU beat them in a few hours. It's just been the bracket of the little guy, man. I like it. I like what I've been seeing. My bracket's done for, so I might as well just root for the little guy to win. But yeah, anyway, man, it's been surprising to me, but I'm enjoying it, man. I really like that Loyola Chicago team. I successfully predicted them to beat Illinois. Shout out to Legend. He been talking up Illinois for the last couple months. I've been trying to tell him they are fool's gold.
He's
and
not
I
a
was
real
right.
fan. He's not a real fan. Don't
Man,
worry
he's
about
just
it.
trying to find something to celebrate in Illinois.
Don't worry
and
about it.
There ain't nothing to celebrate in Illinois.
Got
That's
cut
all
short.
it is.
It's all good. Back to normal.
Back to normal. It is what it is, man. It's been fun to watch though, for real. Oh, one more thing. The Pac-12 are undefeated. That totally surprised me because I think I only had maybe 2 teams coming out the first round, and that was UCLA and USC. I didn't think Colorado would win. I didn't think who's another one. Let's see.
I'm glad you brought up the Pac-12 because there's a guy.
Oregon State. I
Yeah.
never in my
Nah.
wildest dreams thought they beat Tennessee, and they beat the brakes off them. They beat the brakes off Oklahoma State. I know they only won by 10, but I swear it seemed like it was by 25 or 30.
Donovan's crazy.
But man, I'm very impressed with the Pac-12. Very fun to watch. Legend is celebrating Andy Dalton. Yeah, I hope he is.
I can't hear you, Q.
Oh, my bad. I had my mic on. I'm a mic on mute. But before I let you cook, Ralph, I think, man, this bracket has gone exactly how sports has gone for the past year and a half, which is complete utter chaos. Man, you got Oral Roberts going to this man, it's just utter chaos.
I'm so excited about Oral Roberts because I hate Ohio State. I think I hate Ohio State more than I hate UK. So I was very excited. I was excited when they got bounced. I was excited that they bounced Florida. So I'm excited with this Oral Roberts team, man. I don't know who they play in the Sweet 16. I think they play Arkansas in the Sweet 16.
Yes.
I think the dream is dead in the Sweet 16. I like this Arkansas team. I think the dream is dead in the Sweet 16.
I mean, the upsets you had Abilene Christian beating Texas over the weekend.
I didn't see that coming. Shaka Smart is not a good coach. Can we finally put this to bed? That he is not a good coach.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Man. I think he's a good coach. It's just sometimes I think the moments might be too big for him. But I do think he's a good coach. I think Texas is the right fit for him. I don't think he's ready for a blue blood school. So I think Texas is just right for him. Nice Lexington. First of all, Jarvis, it is a Lexington shirt. It is not a UK shirt. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. And Sean said the officials have been outstanding. Sean, the officials have been trashed. I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh my gosh, that Oregon State game last night. I think it was Oregon State where he was driving in for a layup. He literally got tackled, and there was no call.
Yeah, so
I'm with Q on this one. I'm definitely with Q on this.
The Big Ten has been disappointed. Yes,
absolutely.
The Big Ten has. I don't know what happened to Big Ten. Everybody had Illinois, Ohio State as some of the favorites to get to the Final Four, and then these guys get beat over the week. Man,
I had them winning the championship. Illinois.
I don't know what people saw in Illinois. I don't get it. Somebody's got to help me understand that.
The same reason you had UNC in the Final Four. I mean,
man, watch yourself.
The reason I had UNC is because I thought that was a weak bracket. And North Carolina usually turns it on, and when it comes tournament time, Roy Williams had never lost in the first round. Until
then, to your comment, Hot Dog Sean said Shaka Smart has won one tournament game since he took VCU to the Final Four. But that's my point, Sean. Is what I was saying is that do I think Shaka Smart is a good coach? Yes, but I just think he's not ready for the big moments just yet. The VCU thing was more of we're the underdogs. Don't nobody expect us to be here. But now, when you have expectations like Texas had, now that's when as B Legend and what's his name, Stephen A. Smith say, buttholes start getting tight when you got expectations now. You can't deliver.
That's what I should have said, man. Ever since he took over Texas, he hasn't delivered at all.
Sean said I had UNC winning it all.
Yeah, look, I did not have them winning it all.
Everybody know I'm a UNC fan through and through. I didn't even have them winning it all. Like,
I just thought it was such a weak bracket. I thought with them bigs down low, I thought they'd have their way, but Lord.
Well, for me, March Madness is not so much as bigs. March Madness is more about point guard play. If you go back and look at every successful tournament run, they've had either good to great guard play. And I knew that our guards weren't going to be good enough to get it, unless we just got crazy hot. I knew our guards weren't going to be good enough to get us to at least the Final Four. So
you look at these teams that had high seeds. They don't ever do well in the tournament. One team I never have faith in, and I actually picked North Texas to win, Purdue. That is one. I looked at the graph the other day. They have not got out of the first round since 2015, and they always get a high seed. Texas, I didn't pick them as an upset. I had UCLA beating them in the second round. Texas is another team I never have faith in when it comes to tournament time.
So as far as the Big Ten, the only thing they got left to hold on to is
Michigan. That's it.
That's it.
And that might end in a few hours. I don't know if they could beat LSU without Livers. I just don't know about it.
Yeah, I don't know. But what about you, Ralph? Man, what's been your thoughts on this crazy March Madness weekend?
That if anybody picked a perfect bracket this year, you are simply amazing. Because
you are a messiah.
Like you said, man, the chaos is real, but that's why I love. This is probably my favorite tournament out of everything, man. Like March Madness, it is what it is. Some years you can predict it. The number one seeds are going to go so far, but this year, I mean, you don't know who's going to win it. I mean, I feel like Gonzaga right now is the favorite, if not Baylor with the teams that are left in the tournament. But right now, it can go anywhere. It can go. Anybody can win it. And like you said, man, it's been a year of chaos in sports, period. The Lakers won a championship. Come on, not sweating. But like I said, if anybody picked the perfect bracket this year, you're a genius, man.
There was no perfect brackets after the first round.
I mean, there's no way it could have been, man. There's no way it could have been. Nobody predicted this. Predicted this.
Coach just brought it up. Virginia was another one. That's actually a team I didn't believe in. They had no practice for weeks.
I had them win at least 2 games.
I had them lose to Ohio. I actually got that upset. Right, I picked Ohio to beat them. You don't have practice for a week and a half, 2 weeks going into this tournament. Had no preparation. I didn't believe in them. That was another team.
Which team has disappointed y'all?
Illinois.
Thus far, Illinois.
That was my championship. That was my champion. So I have to say Illinois. Goodness gracious.
I think West Virginia was the most disappointing for me.
Nah.
I'm gonna say Florida because they had the lead late in that game.
It had a big lead, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had I think they were up. Was it? I think they was up 11. I want to say 11 with 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
Somebody knows, but I think it was 11 with 7 minutes left. A ball club like Florida, you got to close that deal, bro.
That's Mike White for you, dude.
So mine was Florida because they had the perfect opportunity to proceed, and they let us slip right through their hands. And the crazy part is they know they had it. That's what sucks is when you know you got a game in the bag, and then it just slips out of your hands for whatever reason.
Man,
you should never have that mindset, though, man. You know what I'm saying? You play ball, you don't never have. You got to play it to the finish.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's so frustrating because it's like, man, bro, we was right there. We had the game, and then
what's crazier to me is that ACC's only hope left is Syracuse.
Which I had Syracuse advancing, so I'm okay so far. But I mean.
I had them get beat first round, so
no, I had them winning. I had them winning first round. I had them beat, but I had them losing to West Virginia.
Goodness gracious!
Sean wants to know: do I think Carlik Jones comes back? I mean, what else is he going to do? I mean, I don't see why.
I say why? No, I say he's gone.
I don't see why not.
The talent level in the draft is.
He's not talented. I don't think he's talented enough to.
You don't think so? You don't think he's at least a first rounder?
No, I don't. I think he's a second rounder, maybe. I think he'll come back. I wish Malik Williams wasn't coming back, but unfortunately he is. But I wish Carlik Jones would come back. That'd be nice. But I don't know what Chris Mack's doing. He just fired Dino Gaudio. He lost 2 recruits. I don't know what Chris Mack thinking. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I think he's trying to change how he does. I think he's trying to change how he does the team. The philosophy, I think he's going to do a more hurry up because like this is boring to watch. Every game is so boring to watch. This is a far cry from what we had Rick Pitino pressing and up tempo, turning the ball over. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't think Carlik is on any board, so I think he should.
I mean, man. Should he come back? I'm right there with you, dog. I think he should. But then I also agree with Ralph's sentiment is that if you're going to come out, this is the year to do it because it's not a very deep draft.
Yeah.
So you can easily move up the boards with a good workout. But, I'm like you. Why not just come back and run it back another year?
Yep.
So out of the matchups for tonight, Hot Dog, before we go on to the next topic, who do you got between USC, Kansas?
USC.
Michigan, LSU.
I got LSU.
And then we got Florida State, Colorado. Who you got?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go Florida State.
Okay, I can ride with that. I'm gonna go Kansas. We also have Ohio and Creighton. How do you pronounce that?
I'm gonna go Creighton on that one.
Creighton, okay. But man, yeah. So real quick, Ralph, we was going through tonight's matchups, man. Who you like in Ohio Creighton matchup?
I gotta go with Creighton.
Okay, and then Kansas and USC.
I gotta go with Kansas. My homeboy is a Kansas fan, so I'm gonna go with Kansas.
Michigan, LSU.
Michigan. I have Michigan Final Four. So.
Okay, Colorado, FSU.
Florida State.
And then to round it out, we got Maryland and Alabama.
Shout out to the SEC.
I got Alabama.
I
knew we were forgetting one.
Yeah.
Hey, man, shout out to Rick Pitino and Iona, man. They had Alabama on the ropes the entire game to the end. Shout out to Rick Pitino, man. He still knows how to get it done.
He's a coach, man.
If Rick Pitino don't know how to do anything else, he needs to have the restaurants. But if he don't know how to do anything else, man, he know how to coach, man.
He's definitely a coach, man.
On the show, we was talking about a little NCAA, man. We're gonna go over a little bit to the NFL, a little bit action. So, Hot Dog, who do you think has won the offseason in the NFL so far? Who has the best offseason move?
It's been a lot of moves, man.
A lot of moves. It's hard to keep up with. Obviously, you gotta like what the Patriots been doing.
Absolutely.
You go in and bring in 2 really good. I'm not gonna say great tight ends. I'm gonna say really good tight ends. Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith. Go get Matthew Judon. You bring back Kyle Van Noy, who's familiar with the defensive scheme. They brought in the defensive tackle from Miami, Goncho. I can't pronounce his last name.
Mm-hmm.
He's a defensive tackle. He's pretty solid. I think they signed Nelson Aguilar. I think they brought him in. Someone a reliable, decent receiver who had a great year for the Raiders last year. I think Bill Belichick took offense to the Bucs winning that Super Bowl. I was going to. Donovan brings it up. That was another team I like. I like what the Giants are doing. They brought in Kenny Galladay. They signed Leonard Williams to a long-term deal, and they just signed Adoree Jackson to go back with Logan Ryan in the secondary. Those are really good moves. Those are the two teams to me really stand out. Also, I think the Jets have had a really good free agency as well. I'm not going to go through the list of people they went and got, but Pat's got Jalen Mills from Philly. Yeah, he was burnt toast every time I saw him play. So I don't.
That's why you didn't bring him up.
I'm not mentioning nobody from Philadelphia. I'm not mentioning anybody from Philadelphia. But anyway, those are the three teams off the top of my head who've had good free agencies.
Man, but before I let Ralph and Daniel cook, you forgot one team, my guy. You forgot Tampa Bay. We had the best offseason because we ain't lose nothing. Well,
okay. Well, yeah, I'm not going to – I was just thinking of teams who've brought in talent. But, yeah, obviously the Buccaneers have done a great job being able to keep the band together. But, yeah, I mean, Ike's right. I mean, the Bucs are the favorites to win it again next year, in my opinion.
We the favorites again. But like I said, to me, that was my offseason because we could have – this thing could have just went to shit, and we lost Shaq Barrett, Ndamukong Suh, Chris Godwin. Like, we could have lost a lot, Levante David. But somehow, some way, I don't know where the hell they found this money from, but I'm glad they found it somewhere, and they was able to pretty much keep the core intact. Will they bring back Ndamukong Suh? I think that's probably the one guy we probably might end up losing unless he takes a pay cut, which I don't think he's going to do because he's on the back end of his career. So he's like, look, I got a ring. Let me go and get this cash grab real quick and get on up at this thing.
Right.
But I think for the most part, I think we had the best offseason. Ralph, I know your Broncos, y'all had a big signing with your defensive back. Even though y'all let Philip Lindsay go, don't know what's up with that. But who do you think has had the best offseason so far?
I think y'all kind of took the top two for me. I think you're a Tampa Bay fan, so you got to give a shout out to Tampa Bay, signing players back, not letting players leave. I feel like Tom Brady wants to do it again, and he feels comfortable with the guys that he has. So with them signing those key players back, I feel like that's huge. I mean, and the Tom Brady effect, look what Bill Belichick did in New England. I didn't see it coming. I mean, Bill doesn't make moves like this, but I feel like he definitely felt some type of way with the success that Tom Brady had in Tampa Bay. So I would say those got to be the top two for me. But give a shout out to the Cardinals. I feel like they're trying to make a push. I feel like they need a few more defensive pieces, but the pieces that they brought in are definitely going to help them do a lot better next season. And let's talk about the moves that haven't been made. Let's talk about Green Bay doing the same stuff over and over again for another season and not adding anything at all to help Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, I think we all in agreement on the best moves, but you got to give a shout out to Green Bay and what the heck are they doing?
I like it.
Green Bay is doing what Green Bay do. And Ralph, to back you, I don't think y'all really that far off defensively. I think defensively y'all are okay. It's the offensive side of the ball that y'all struggle with. Mainly quarterback, Denver.
Oh, I didn't even bring Denver up.
Who did they sign the corner from Chicago? Who was that?
Fuller, Cal Fuller.
Fuller, and I heard they're bringing back. They're considering bringing back Kareem Jackson. I'll be solid. But he's
Justin
old.
Simmons was big. We definitely wanted to franchise him.
Why have I never heard of this guy? Is it because Denver's never on
consistent.
TV?
He's always out there. He's always playing. He don't miss snaps. That's don't miss snaps.
The Patriots made a lot of great moves except for Cam. They would lose because he is trash.
Keep that same energy next year. Cam got something to show y'all.
What has he got to show us?
Okay.
They let Joe Tooney go. They let their best offensive lineman go. I mean, what are they? Who's going to protect him, man?
They brought somebody in, didn't they?
But I feel like with the Cam Newton situation, Bill Belichick had no. What's the other alternative?
Absolutely.
So I feel like he had to bring Cam Newton back because it's like, okay, we had him here before. It's another year in the offense. What's the worst? Like, who we gonna bring in here? Like Jared Stidham, we trust him. Like,
Cam's gonna be all right, man.
I did see where Leonard Fournette is still a free agent. I saw the possibility of the Bucs bringing in James White, the running back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be nice.
Ralph, Ike said you said the same thing last offseason about Cam.
That's cool. And he had no weapons in New England this season.
He has no excuse now.
He has a few weapons. Let's see what happens.
He got more than a few. He ain't got no excuses now.
Him and Kyler Murray have no more excuses. No more excuses.
Very true, man.
Speaking of Kyler Murray in the NFC West, Daniel, man, who you think had the best offseason so far?
First things first, we're gonna address what Ralph said. I don't know what Cam Newton has done to Ralph. Why Ralph keeps defending this guy. Bro, look, it doesn't matter if you have targets if you can't get the ball to him. He had people open last year and he was missing them by 5 to 10 yards.
Throwing interceptions.
Short. It was one hopping it to him. So, I mean, do I expect
he's like
him
5'8", man. You can't help if he's one hopping the ball to the receiver.
That's true. But what I'm saying is, I just don't expect him to ever go back to the old Cam Newton. I don't know if you saying like Cam Newton can throw 22 touchdowns and like 10 picks, yeah, he can do that. But that
25 to 30. Put some dew on it.
I ain't going. I'll put some dew on. What? You saying 30?
25 to 30.
Hey, D, what you're asking him about Cam Newton is what I want to know what Dak has done for Ralph. It's like Dak has paid his house off and.
Let me ask y'all this question real quick. It's just popped up in my head because of Daniel. Who will have more touchdown throws, Jameis Winston or Cam Newton? Dan, you go first.
Easy money.
Jameis Winston or Cam Newton?
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But why are we bringing up Jameis? He ain't the starter.
He's going to be a starter. Jameis going to start.
Why are we bringing up Jameis for?
Jameis going to start.
Thank you, Hot
No. Yeah. Taysom is starting.
But to answer your question, it will be Cam Newton. To answer your question.
It just depends. It just depends on if Sean Payton wants to use the other guy for like gadget plays and just use my guy for passing. But if like I said, I would go with Jameis. That's just me.
I'm right there with you, Dan. I'm right with Jameis too, man. I feel like he's a better quarterback than Cam at this point, but it just is what it is. But anyway,
I agree. Wait a minute, hold up. I agree. I've always been a Jameis fan, but I don't think Jameis is going to be the starter. I think it's going to be Taysom Hill because I think that Sean Payton Deagle is going to come into effect. And if people don't think Taysom can be a starting quarterback, I'll show them. And Sean Payton will go to the ends of the earth to prove that he can be a starting quarterback. Jameis Winston won't start. I think he should, but I just don't think he will.
So you think the Saints paid Jameis $12 million just to be a backup?
They're paying.
I think it's
20.
They're paying Taysom $140 million for 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They're paying Taysom Hill 4 years, 140. They're going to pay him. What I'm not real good at math. Where we at? 30-some million a year.
It's ridiculous, man.
Just to sit on the bench.
What
are you talking about?
Jameis Winston is starting game.
Q.
Nah, he loves that guy.
They only paid him that. They only paid him that so he wouldn't go nowhere else.
Yeah.
There's nothing like having a good backup in this league. Hey, man. Nah. You ain't paying Taysom Hill 30-something million on the bench. That's why Mr. Trubisky's gone. They won't go pay him 30-something million to lose his job after 3 games.
Mm-hmm. But Daniel, back to you, Daniel, man. Who do you think has had the best offseason so far?
Off the top of my head, I got to go with the Patriots, of course. I actually nobody mentioned them. I actually like what the Dolphins have done outside of running back. I guess they'll draft one, but I like what they've done. I don't believe in Tua, but they did get him some more weapons. So he has no excuses. We've been quiet, but similar to the Buccaneers, like you said, I don't know where we found this money.
Y'all just signed Deshaun Jackson, right?
We got professional number crunchers, man. So we locked up Leonard Floyd, and then we got Deshaun Jackson. I've been telling everybody we needed a deep threat. Now we can just hope that he don't trip over his own shoelaces and be out for the season.
Oh Lord!
But I mean,
I really enjoyed his
he stays
injured back in Philly. I really enjoyed that,
man.
He still got some speed, so we'll see what happens. But
who did the Dolphins pick up?
They picked up a couple wide receivers. I have to look it up. You might want to look it up. They picked up a couple wide receivers. I know they let Tremaine Johnson walk. They picked up another corner and a linebacker. I know they let Kyle Van Noy go back to the Patriots.
Yeah, I knew that. I didn't know what wide receivers they picked up. I figured they would use that first draft pick for one. But I didn't know they picked up any receivers.
Plus,
I
you
guess
know, the
Q.
Patriots just waiting it out. Deshaun Watson's in legal trouble. The Patriots will be sliding in to scoop him up.
Like that's
Man,
the big, all right, bro. I'm so pissed about that situation. I don't
hey,
know
if
if we're
ever,
gonna talk
yeah,
about it,
man, they just
man.
said
Stuff like
3
that
more
just
people
pisses
was
me
added
off, man.
today.
Man, come on! Like
They just
all of a
added 3
sudden,
people.
now he's Bill Cosby. He got 50 women. Just want to come out and say stop it,
Man,
man.
we
Man,
know the Texans had something to do with that. But
Man,
look,
timing's
me and
you
my
know what?
everything, man.
Since you went ahead and brought it up, Ralph, man, let's go and move on to that subject, which is the
Go
Deshaun
ahead, man.
Watson
okay,
situation
cool.
and all of the allegations that have been coming out against him, which is up to 10 as of today. I don't know if any more is going to come out, which, man, 10 is shocking all by itself.
By itself, man.
But Ralph, go ahead, man. Keep speaking on it as you brought it up.
It's just kind of upsetting to me. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the man wasn't asking for much. I've never heard any stories like this come out ever about Deshaun Watson, and all of a sudden he's in trying to go to a different team, and all of a sudden all these women come out and have these allegations against him. By all means, you know what I'm saying? We don't promote, we don't excuse any wrongdoings that may have been done if they were done, but timing is everything to me, and it's just such a coincidence that all of a sudden you have not one, not two, not three, not four. Like it's just the numbers just keep going up, and it's just like it's just hard to believe for me. So I mean, the facts will come out eventually, but I just don't believe any of it. And I just feel bad for Deshaun Watson at this point in his career, man. Something like this can ruin your career, man. Like really ruin your career. And I
But
just
hold
don't.
on, to Sean Gurton, he said 30 years you didn't hear about Bill Cosby. No, that's not true. There has always been rumblings about Bill
Absolutely,
Cosby throughout his
absolutely.
career. It's just that it came to a
Oh
head.
yeah.
So it's not the same thing, Sean, because Bill Cosby, people in the entertainment business always had rumors about how he was, taking advantage of women. But with this whole
Absolutely.
Deshaun Watson thing, it just came totally out of left field.
Out of left field.
But Hot Dog, man,
Oh yeah.
what's your thoughts on the whole thing?
When it first came out, I thought it was absolutely ridiculous when it was like 2 or 3, but now we're up to 10.
Yeah.
Don't y'all think it's a little suspect that 10 people, 10 women have come out
Absolutely.
and have came out against him? No, I'm starting to think there's something going on. Like at first I'm like, there's no way. Like this is just a ploy to get him in trouble because he wants out of Texans. But I'm telling you what, 10 people have come out and said something. Come on now. Maybe Deshaun ain't as squeaky clean as we thought he was.
Well, what about you, Daniel, man? What do you think about
that's a lot of people, man. It's just a lot of people.
Hey, like I said before, I think the Texans have something to do with it. You don't keep stuff like this under wraps, and then all of a sudden, when he wants out and he's not keeping communication with the GM, the owner, all of a sudden 10 people just come out. If 1 or 2 people, maybe believable, but 10, 11, nah, I'm not believing it. And I mean, like similar to what Ralph said, I just think it's a little sad because all he wanted was a trade. Now, I do understand he's a team cornerstone. You don't want to get rid of that. But I mean, look at Carson Wentz. Did they just start making up stories about him? He played horrible. He had bitch fits. He had demanded a trade. Then he reneged on it. Then wanted to trade again. Like they didn't do that to him. So I don't know why they're doing that to Deshaun Watson. I just think, and then to go back to the Patriots point, me and my friend was talking about this. All of the Patriots assistants go get head coaching jobs. They go to whatever team they go to. They run that team into the ground to where the team's players don't have any value because they're not winning. And then all of a sudden, the Patriots get those players for dirt cheap. Just go back and look at it, and I'm like, bro, how does he keep getting away with this? This has got to be some form of collusion.
Yeah,
it's a setup, man.
I agree with Daniel 100%. And those assistant coaches and those coaches that go out and get head coaches jobs, they usually flop and they end up back with the Patriots. I think Matt Patricia's back as a defensive assistant. And you see Josh McDaniels, he fell flat on his face. He's right back with the Patriots. Hey, D's onto something.
Hold on. Sean Gurdy said we don't know. We don't know what these people are like behind closed doors. It could be all false, but it also could be true. But I get what you're saying, Sean. I get what you're saying. But at the same time, what everybody else is saying, is that okay? 1 or 2, it might be some merit to it, but then it went from 2 to 4 to 6 to now we up to 10, and it's like, well, wait a minute now, where was all of this at throughout his whole career in the NFL and even in college? Like, where's this at? Now, I'm not saying that. He also said where there's smoke. I get it. Like, I'm not saying nothing didn't happen. I'm pretty sure some of these women he did have some type of relationship with or some kind of encounter with. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that maybe it went as far as where. Yeah. I don't. Now, I'm not saying that right. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh well, he's just taking up for him because it's the guy. No, it's just. It's just hard for me to believe that 10 women all of a sudden came up out of nowhere. It was like, he did this. I don't. It's a little sketchy to me. If it did happen, you know, whatever happens to Deshaun needs to happen to him. But I don't know, man. B, what's your thoughts on the whole thing?
So we having a political conversation or an unadulterated conversation?
I know. Hey, talk that talk, legend. Yeah, talk that talk, man.
He's sitting back there like Bill Cosby.
This is the one thing that I never understand, and this goes back to and I cannot remember his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. My guy who used to play for the Packers that went to New Orleans. It was a Sharper, Darren Sharper.
Darren Sharper, yeah,
absolutely.
Darren Sharper, yeah.
This is the struggle that I have. I believe
Darren Sharper.
I believe this. I truly believe where there's smoke, there's fire. I just believe that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, is it to that magnitude of 10, 12 different women? I mean, that's just a stretch. But I mean, what I don't understand, these guys are filthy rich.
Come on, man.
They can get whatever buns that they want.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Like,
yeah.
Why? Like, I don't understand. I mean, they can walk down the street and just look, and they're gonna say here, right? You know, so I don't understand. So, you know, at first I gotta start thinking, man, you know, does he got a problem or something like that? I mean, is it something, you know, because I can't process it. You know, it doesn't make sense now. You know, I guess big picture wise, are they trying to sabotage him? Well, let's think bigger picture than that. I mean, so you gonna sabotage this whole man's career?
Absolutely.
Because he don't want to stay in Texas?
Come on, man.
His career. I mean, that is just, because what we're talking about. We're killing the trade. Ain't nobody trading for him now. It's over. Number 2.
It's a Houston thing.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to go. He's going to immediately go.
They don't sign 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he's going to immediately go on the exempt list. So, I mean, if you trade for him now, if you're a team, if I'm going to trade for him, I'm trading for him for pennies. Yep. You ain't get nothing from me now for pennies.
Oh, absolutely.
And now you sign all these quarterbacks. So what you're basically trying to tell me is that instead of just running it like a business, okay? Because here's the reality. You know, Houston wasn't going to win a Super Bowl anyway, okay? Mm-hmm. So you're trying to tell me instead of running it like a business, you're going to go out here and mess with somebody's life?
Come on, man.
That's
why I don't like it.
If this comes out that there is no truth to this, or there's very little truth to this, and the Texans got something to do with it, then the NFL needs to come after the owners. They need to
absolutely.
Because
I agree 100%.
Because you are messing with this guy's livelihood. Because you got to think now, he's going to go on the exempt list, and I can't remember how that works. I think originally you get paid X amount of dollars of your salary, but then after a while, you ain't gonna get paid, and they're gonna fine you to death. And it's just a nightmare. And on top of that, he just signed that big contract.
Come on, man.
Huge contract.
Come on, man. So wait for them to get their money back. Come on.
There you go, Ralph. So now they can get their money back, or they're gonna get a percentage of their money back, and then they can turn around and sign somebody else. And all that to mess up, just trade the man. Trade the man and get as much as you can and move on.
Yeah.
It's no different than anybody else. Look, just call a spade a spade. LeBron forced to trade. Kobe tried forced to trade.
Yep.
AD forced to trade. James Harden
just did it
in the city. To this day, James Harden is still doing things for the city of Houston. He still got that restaurant in Houston. He's still talking to the mayor and people in the city every day and still donating money to Houston. But he forced his way out. So why you gonna screw over Deshaun Watson?
That's why I don't understand.
Makes no sense.
And isn't the Houston owner the same owner that when the whole Colin Kaepernick stuff was going on, they were saying he said that the inmates were running the asylum? Isn't he the same one who said that?
I think he died though.
I'm just saying that I'm just saying that type of culture that they have in Houston, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's wrong.
I'm not trying to defend Deshaun Watson if he did anything wrong, but the timing, I don't like it, man.
So Ralph comment, and I want to address Sean Gerton's. He says, all I'm saying is be careful when dealing with sexual assault of women and defending the accused. Let me be clear, and I pretty much can speak on behalf of everybody on this panel right now. We're not defending anything Deshaun Watson has or has not done. Absolutely. We're just going behind the skepticism behind what's been going on for the past 2 weeks and the coincidence of it all. So in no way, shape, or form are we saying, oh, well, we're going to ride with Deshaun because this just don't sound right. It's just that we find it kind of fishy of everything going on. Not to say it didn't happen, but like B said earlier, where there's smoke, there's fire. There has been something going on, some kind of interaction. We just don't know to what extent.
Right.
And Sean said a trade can be voided if Washington traded from all this comes out. Can't compare NFL trades to NBA trades. Why can't you compare them? I don't understand why you can't compare. A trade can be voided if Watson was traded and then all this comes out. I don't think that's how that works. I'm not for sure about that. I don't think they can say, "All right, return to center. We want a refund." Once the trade is happening, like it's your problem now. Like that's on you,
right?
I mean, that's just like take the criminal stuff out of it. Think about the last trade with James Harden with LeVert. I mean, and then he ended up having that kidney issue. Well,
the
thing is, if a team would have known that up front, would they have traded for him? Well, not even like right around when that trade was approved. Right around when it was approved, that's when all this stuff came out. Like when they did his physical. So first thing I said was, well, wait a minute, how can this trade go through if this guy has a physical issue and he can't play for 20-something games? That's a problem, right? I thought that they would reverse the trade, and they never did. So I don't know if this applies here, but I'm just saying in a big picture scheme of things, this is on an entirely different level. And I hate to bring up this word, but it's just prevalent. You got to say it. I got to ask the question: Is it a racism issue?
God, hey, legend, you took the words right out of my mouth.
I got to think about that because again. Let's think about this when we talk about the NBA, NFL, and a lot of these teams, professional teams. They are owned and they are ran by wealthy white men. Mm-hmm. And there have been statements that have been made. We can go back to, what's his name? Daniel Sterling. Was that his name?
Donald Sterling.
Donald Sterling from the Clippers.
We can talk about him and some of these other guys. I'm a firm believer that some of these owners think that way.
Oh, absolutely.
He just got caught.
Look where they're in Texas.
Absolutely.
Texas was one of the last states that tried to fight against the United States to keep their slaves.
Yeah.
So that's how they think.
And again,
that's all they know.
And I'm going to go on record and say this for whoever's watching or whatever this broken. I'm not saying that the owner is a racist. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, is there a possibility that racism is in this thing? It would not surprise me, but I don't know for sure. All we can do is deal with the facts that have been presented. And right now, none of it makes sense.
None of it makes sense at all, man. Go ahead, Ref. Look like you got something you want to say real quick.
I don't know, man. It's almost like it's like, oh, you're not gonna do what I said to do, then this is what's gonna happen. Like I don't like the feel of this whole situation, man. I didn't like it when it came out. I just don't like the feel of this situation. And that's all I can say, man.
If the owners in any inkling whatsoever, I mean, it could be just the smallest thing has something to do with this. The NFL has to force them to sell the team.
Absolutely,
they have
come
to
on, man.
Oh, absolutely.
But I gotta ask the question: you gonna bring this stuff out and you're gonna kill this man's career?
Over a trade.
Because
he wanted to trade.
hold on, B. Because to me, I get what you're saying, but in the owner's mind, it's bigger than football. Because if I got Deshaun Watson on my roster, the income he's going to generate for my team
absolutely
is hundreds of millions, maybe even billions of dollars.
Compared to Tyrod Taylor or the other guy.
I agree, but you can't kill a man's career. Like you can't do that. Like that.
No, I agree. I agree. You can't do that. But
I'm with Legend on this one.
But I agree, you can't kill him because it's not even this man's career, Legend. It's his life.
I mean, that's gonna be labeled because he don't want to play for your franchise anymore. because you hired an incompetent coach.
Come on.
Also was a GM that traded away all the winning pieces or a lot of your winning pieces. Look at what you did. Look at what you got for D-Hop. Nothing.
They ruined this team. If I were him, I'd want out too. There's nobody left. It's like that Will Smith meme, man, from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You in the living room looking around at the empty room. There is nobody on this team that's a winner besides him. There's nobody left.
So you gonna ruin this man's life because he just wants out in a better situation, dude. That's terrible,
man.
That's sad, man.
I'm with
really sad.
I hate to say it, but. Y'all know I'm not a LeBron fan, but I hate to say it. The best way to be is just be like LeBron because similar to what Legend said, I've seen it. I've been around people that play professional sports, party, etc. Been in their sections. There's girls that literally just will go mess with them just to get something out of them.
Absolutely.
I've seen girls mess with just the friends of the stars, and they say, "Well, I'm married," and they say, "Hey, just bring your wife too." Or and vice versa. There are professional athletes that think just because they're famous, they can do whatever. I can touch on you. I mean, similar to Donald Trump. You know, his
invincible.
Statement. So I mean, until you get to the facts, it's hard to take a side. But just from being around that, there's a lot of women that literally will just mess with you because to get something out of it, whether it be a purse, whether it's to blackmail you later on. So for me, either Texans kept all this stuff under wraps, similar to the James Harden trade. They waited until he demanded a trade to try to bring out everything that he was doing. He was leaving and going to parties instead of coming to practice, trying to bring down their value. So either way, the Texans had something to do with this. It's just factual.
Hey, real quick, man, if y'all don't mind, let me say something, man. Andrew, nobody's going to Philadelphia. Nobody wants to go there. Man, stop it. All right, y'all got y'all guy. Y'all got Jalen Hurts.
You got to be like LeBron,
y'all got y'all guy.
Just get a wife, man.
All right, man.
Get your wife.
I'm sorry, man. Go ahead, man. I just had to address that real quick, man. Get that out of here. Jesus.
To wrap it up, Sean said, if management had anything to do with it, they should be severely punished. But if Deshaun is guilty, the same goes for him. Exactly. If the facts come out and Deshaun is guilty of whatever they're accusing him of doing, then hey, it is what it is. You got to suffer the consequences if that's what really took place. So it does go both ways. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you, B, man. It's a crazy subject. It's anything. But hot dog, and you gonna be
real quick before we get out of here. Man, real quick, man. First of all, Eagles ain't getting nobody. They got Jalen Hurts, they got their guy. Y'all ain't getting out of here that quick. What are your Lakers gonna do now that y'all have nobody? Y'all look like the Houston Texans in the NBA right now. Y'all got nobody. What y'all gonna do?
We chilling.
What y'all gonna do?
So
man, Montrezl Harrell and that other guy trying to blame that injury on LeBron on Solomon Hill. That wasn't Solomon Hill's fault. He was going after the ball doing his job.
It did like he went for his ankle though, but I'm just saying.
So me being
crybabies, man.
So me being a very blunt and straightforward Lakers fan, I will tell you that right now on paper they are in trouble.
Absolutely. Okay?
There's no question. There's no doubt about it. LeBron's going to be out at least a month. I don't care what they say, 3 to 4 weeks. He's going to be out a month. And the whole thing with AD, I think I think that injury, they try to classify it the same
way.
Man,
I swear. Man, I swear they went one Super Bowl.
What did he say? I didn't even see what he said. What did he say, Keith?
He said the Lakers equal the Dallas Cowboys.
Lakers
Man, they
equal
win one
Cowboys.
Super Bowl.
So I think that injury that AD got is similar to the same injury that Kevin Durant had before he tore his Achilles. That's what I think that it is. And I think they just trying to ride this thing out as long as they can so he can heal. But now LeBron got hurt. Now they got an interesting dilemma on their hands. So two things they're going to have to look at. The first thing they're going to have to look at is the buyout market. Okay? The trade deadline coming up here in the next 3 days on Thursday. Depending on what happens, then they're going to have to look at the buyout market. That's number one. Or they're going to have to bite the bullet and say, just like all these other teams, like Brooklyn, like LA, like all these teams, like the Bucks, they're going to have to mortgage. They're going to have to get rid of their youth because they're trying to win now. So you're talking about your Tucker, your Kyle Kuzma, all that. You're going to have to get rid of some of those guys to make it happen. The problem, though, is that they don't have enough money.
Yeah,
they don't have enough money under the cap to make the trade happen, so they have to think about getting rid of Caldwell Pope.
You got to go.
That's his favorite player. He don't want him to go.
Just because
they're gonna have to do what the Nets did last year.
Yeah, it's all because of salary. They because he makes a lot of money. They're gonna have to try to get rid of guys like that. Kuzma, I think he's I don't know what, maybe 10-7 or something like that. So then you got the guy who ain't playing that much. What's his name out of Milwaukee? God, I cannot think. I really
Wesley Matthews.
You got to try to combine and Montrezl Harrell. All these guys are trade pieces because of the money that they make. It's all about the money that they make. And so they're going to have to go one or two options, or they're just going to stand firm and they're going to drop to about the 7th AC. And
they got to play Horton Tucker. They got to play Harrell. They got to play Kuzma. They got to play Schroeder. That's what you got to lean on.
So, exactly.
Get Caruso out the game.
They're not going to be able to really
you
make
got to play Caldwell Pope more.
Yeah, and the thing about it is I mean, if you want to say there's a silver lining into it, is that now those guys can play, and now they're gonna get experience. So when it comes playoff time, they be ready to go. I mean, I think that's an enormous mountain to climb. Trying to compete for a championship, trying to go up against the Brooklyns and the Clippers and stuff like that. I think it's an enormous mountain to climb. But
man, Brooklyn went and signed that over the hill Blake Griffin.
He got a dunk.
Trying to compete with these Lakers. Congratulations!
He ain't dunked in like 3 years. That was a good.
I'm glad you ain't stealing from us no more. Thank you, Blake. I appreciate you.
Would you say B got a dunk?
They said he played the Pistons the first game back for Brooklyn Nets. He got a dunk. The man scored two.
He scored 2 points.
That's it.
That was the one dunk he
2 points, and that was that dunk he had. He played 15 minutes. That's all he did.
That's a good rest. It's good rest for LeBron. I think this helps him out.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, they got to hold up though, D. That's gonna be the problem. They got to hold up.
They're gonna drop. They at least gonna drop to the 5th, 6th seed.
I said they'll be 7th seed, 6th or 7th seed.
By the time them guys get back, they'll be down to a 7 or 8 seed because there's not much room for error.
Because the West is tight.
They ain't going to turn into the Rockets now. Come on, y'all.
No.
Come on now.
No, seriously though. I mean,
hold on real quick. I'm looking at the standings right now. The Lakers sit in 3rd. The Clippers at 4, Nuggets 5, Trailblazers 6, Spurs 7, and Mavericks at 8.
So Mavericks got 8. How many games back?
I think they're 5 games behind the Lakers.
Yes, they're 5 games behind the Lakers.
How many games back they're behind the number 1 team? I forgot who Utah.
8. Jazz is at first spot, and the Mavericks are 8 games behind them.
So you look at that entire thing. So you basically are talking a 5-game
They just
swing.
need to go 500.
Yeah, you got a 5-game swing right now.
I don't think they can go 500.
They can't go 500.
Man, they're going to struggle, man. The Lakers are going to
go
struggle.
500. They go 500. They would not make the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're not going to go 500. I'm telling you right now, this team is awful without LeBron AD.
Yeah, if they're dependent on Kuzma, then
Hey, man, they're going to beat the Spurs, Kings.
They gonna
say, Ralph, if they depend on Kuzma, they in trouble.
If they got to rely on that guy, they in trouble. Kyle Kuzma, Jordan Clarkson 2.0.
He's gonna enjoy taking them shots, but he's not gonna hit them.
He ain't gonna. He gonna build him a nice bank.
All right.
Hey, look.
When Kuzma got the green light, he's all right.
I mean,
I got two questions. One of them's for Hot Dog and one of them's for B. I'm gonna pull them up real quick. The first one is for Hot Dog, and this is from Andrew. He said, Hot Dog, how old were you the last time Dallas won a Super Bowl? Serious question.
Yeah. I was 6.
No, he wasn't even born, was he?
I was 6.
So he was 6. And this one is for you, B.
Man, hold on. Wait. Before B takes over.
Go ahead.
They win one Super Bowl, and they've been trash ever since. They ruined Carson Wentz's career.
No, they did.
They ruined Alshon Jeffrey's career. They ruined
he was done.
Zach Ertz just wanted to get out. Nobody wants to play in Philadelphia, man.
Oh, my God.
Nobody. Jeez, they are the worst team in the division.
B, this is for you.
They're done. Go ahead, B. I'm sorry.
Andrew wants to know what happened to Illinois.
Let me answer that question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, man, because you're the only one that believed him besides Ralph. I think Ralph was brainwashed.
Listen,
I didn't believe in him. It was just picking.
We know you didn't believe it. You don't believe in nothing.
Unless it's Dakota getting his money. Anyways,
hey, can we mute his mic? Wait, my bad. Can we mute his mic?
Here's a real talk. Here's a real talk about that guy. You know what? It frustrated the hell out of me.
Can I answer that for you?
Hold on.
Just like every one of you all that know the game of basketball, I sat there and watched this game, and I said, at what point are you going to make an adjustment? At what point? At what point?
I have a question.
Hold on. All they did was blitz the ball screen, right? You never made an adjustment at all, the whole game.
No.
Because you're so arrogant that you just thought that you were just going to go out there and win the game, and you lost.
Yep.
Not only that, but this is what it really tells you, big picture-wise. If you look at the NCAA tournament right now, let's take away the fact there ain't no crowds and all that other crap. The Big Ten went in and said that they were the toughest conference. All the broadcasters said it. Everybody said it. They're trash. They're trash. The last 2 teams that you got in there is Michigan, who's going to go out in one of these next 2 rounds because their best player is out. And then you got Maryland, who's in there, who's playing tonight. That's going to get bounced tonight by Arkansas.
Alabama.
So you're telling me the toughest conference?
They're not though.
Will have 0. But then you got the Pac-12 out there.
I like them though.
You got Oregon blow up 5 by 30.
Yeah,
they athletic though.
I told y'all about Oregon. You got Gonzaga looking like a machine. Which I just hope they lose. I hope
the Big Ten is not that athletic of a conference, man.
Listen, man. Gonzaga is not losing this tournament. They ain't having
it's their turn. It's their
tournament to lose.
Yep.
But I have a question. So, should the Illinois coach get fired because
absolutely?
Because wait a minute. I'll let you. Okay, hang on a second. Because the team that he let beat them that bad yesterday, their best player looked like Officer Farva's stunt double from Super Troopers. That's who that dude looked like, and he just dominated.
Some people know how to ball.
No, wait a minute.
He can ball.
No, listen. He's right. And here's the thing. You had the USA Player of the Year. I can't pronounce his last name. He played for Illinois. You had him, and then you had the big monster in the middle that you never utilized.
Cogburn.
You
He's
never
not that good though.
Just a big boy.
But here's my point. He may not be that good, but you had to try to neutralize that big boy. And you neutralize him by going through your big guy. Get him in foul trouble because you know they're going to foul. They never utilize.
But when Cogburn had the ball yesterday, he had a great game. He was the only one from Illinois who showed up yesterday.
Yeah, but that was at the end of the game.
Old dude with the Batman mask on?
Yeah.
Terrible.
No. Yeah, and he's the USA Player of the Year. USA
He's just athletic.
Yeah, but
he's athletic.
The player of the
He'll
year.
be a good pro. He'll be a good NBA player.
And they didn't show up. So in essence, they're trash. They're trash. They're trash. They're trash. They're trash.
They didn't lose to a bad team. I like Loyola Chicago. They got a good team.
I had Loyola Chicago beating Illinois.
Daniel, you don't lose that game. I don't give a damn.
Bro, that's a good, bro. I'm telling you, Loyola Chicago.
I agree. I don't.
And then I'm not saying because they beat Illinois. That's a good team. Just look at them personnel wise, what they can do, the ability wise of their guards. That's a good team, bro.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you at all, D. At the end of the day, you are the number one seed. You do not lose that game. I don't give a damn what nobody says. You in the second, you don't lose that game. You lose that game. They lost that game because of coaching. That's why they lost that game. Yep. And his ass need to be fired. Yes, they ain't gonna fire him.
Loyola, they made him play too fast. Yep.
Man, they played. Hey, D, you know how they played them? They played them just like a football defense. You didn't know where the blitz was coming. That's exactly how they played. On the ball screen, that was double teams was coming from. It was smart.
That was the most fun game yesterday to watch because man, that team was so fundamentally sound. I loved watching it.
It was terrible hype.
They got one more win in them.
How did you say terrible?
It's all right, legend. Maybe next year.
They got one more. Loyola's got one more win in them. They got one more win.
Nah, they going to the Final Four. Sister Jean going to the Final Four.
I said hot dog was learning how to spell cow the last time Dallas won the Super Bowl.
I didn't know she was still
sir,
alive.
I was in advanced classes. I could spell cowboy when I was 2.
Oh my God! Oh
jeez. So man, to wrap things up, this Thursday we got the NBA trade deadline. So the big question remains. I'm gonna get everybody's opinion on this around the horn. Will Andre Drummond get traded before or by Thursday? Daniel, floor is yours. You go first.
Do I think he'll get traded by Thursday?
By Thursday, yeah.
I don't think that he'll be traded by Thursday. I just don't see it. I know the Nets were waiting on McGee, so I guess they didn't want to pay for Drummond, which they probably don't have no money to anyway.
They don't. They don't.
If the Lakers don't pull the trigger, I don't see nobody else trading for him.
What though?
Exactly. That's the point.
You're gonna be even worse if they do that. You gotta wait for the buyout market to get him.
Yeah,
if he don't get cut, I don't see it.
I think Boston should make a push for him.
What about you? Do you think Andre Drummond will be traded by Thursday?
The Celtics could use him.
That's why I said I think Boston should make a push for him.
Yeah, they need help. They need a lot of help.
I mean, is it possible? Absolutely. I mean, do I think it's going to happen? I think they're going to make some moves. I think it was surprising they kept him. It was surprising they kept him on the books because my thing is they're not going to release him. Excuse me, because if they release him, they got to pay him. So if you're going to do anything with him, you might as well trade him. Get something.
What are they waiting on? I mean, why are they keeping him?
They can.
Yep. Basically,
that's just dirty, man.
I think he will. I think it's going to come a point where, like B said, you got to get something for him. You can't let him just. He's too good of a player to not get something. You know he's not re-signing this summer. So I think they're just waiting till Thursday to see what the best offer is. Look over all the offers, be like, all right, let's just choose the best one, and then just go with whatever trade suits them. But I don't think they'll just let him walk for nothing. I think it'll be a last minute type of deal. Because you can't let Andre Drummond just walk for nothing. You got to get whether it's a first round pick, a second round pick, whatever it is, you got to get something for the guy. But hot dog, you think he'll be traded by Thursday?
Yeah, I think they'll either trade him or buy him out. I don't see why he's still on the team. Honestly, I forgot he was still on the team because he hasn't played, has he?
No, he ain't played in over a month.
What's up with Aldridge?
Trading him where though? Trade him where though? Just give me some examples. Like New York.
I'd say New York. No.
It has to be Boston. Like literally
Boston?
to me, that's
Boston's the one team that stands out.
That's the only team.
What about Orlando? Because I heard Aaron Gordon requested a trade. What about Orlando? Was Aaron Gordon
Orlando's
requested
not
a
gonna make
trade?
the
Right.
playoffs though.
He ain't
But
gonna go there.
I've also
Yeah, Gordon ain't going there.
Because they got bullshit. He's like, whatever his name.
I know
I've
you're talking about
also
the
seen a
center.
report today. I seen a report today where a lot of teams are inquiring about Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Nah, he's off limits. I think he's not being touched.
Like what?
I don't think Jared Allen can be moved.
I mean, what are the Cavs doing? I mean, like I just don't understand where
But
their
you know what?
future,
The
where
Cavs
they
started
going in the
off so
future. Like I
they
don't
started
get it.
off solid. So I mean, I thought the Cavs might
They out
make
of
a
the
push for the
playoffs
8
now
seed.
though.
Oh, they ain't making it now. I agree, but they started off solid.
Yeah, Andrew said nobody's offering for him because they know they will get him for nothing. So unless you're trying to stop him from going somewhere else, why would you give anything up? Because
Nobody
I'm
out
gonna tell
west
you what,
needs him.
I'm gonna tell y'all what. If I'm an NBA owner, I'm petty. I'm gonna trade for him just so the Nets, Clippers, and Lakers can't get him. I'm gonna trade for him just so they can't get him, and be petty.
I don't understand why
The
the Cavs
Clippers
won't
need a
play
point
him.
guard.
What I mean, what can it hurt?
Yeah.
I don't understand why the Cavs won't play him. What can it hurt? He's good
Because
for
they
about
don't-
18,
because
15
he
a game,
gets
18
hurt.
and
If he
15 a
gets hurt,
game.
if he gets hurt, they definitely ain't gonna get nothing for him.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. What about you, Ralph? Man, to round it out, you think he gets traded by Thursday?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't see anybody giving up anything for him. Like you said, might as well just wait it out. I mean, it's up to the Cavaliers at this point. If they want to get something back or if they don't want to get anything back. But that's why I asked the question. I don't even know what the Cavaliers are trying to do. So I can see them just waiting it out and just letting them ride. So I don't know. Like I said, I want to see him go to Boston. I think that's going to be the best fit for him. And I think he can really help Boston turn it around and be a contender. So I want to see him go to Boston.
If he goes to Boston, they're a potential Eastern Conference Finals team if he goes to Boston.
Yeah.
But Sean wants to know, speaking of Boston, do you see Brad Stevens taking the Indiana job? I'm going to go out on a limb and say, hell no. Hot dog, what you think?
No,
Ralph?
that's Rick Pitino's job.
Huh?
I don't know. It's a tough one.
I think he entertains it.
I mean, I get it. He's going home. I
think
get
he
the whole thing.
entertains it. I think he really thinks about it. He really entertains it. Because do you see Brad Stevens winning a championship with Boston? I don't. And I think he can have more success in college than he can in the NBA, even though he's had a lot of success with the Celtics. So I say yes.
You say yeah. He could do the whole John Calipari route, which Brad Stevens has had more success in the NBA than John Calipari has, but he can come back to Indiana and let these recruits know, hey, look, I know what it takes to get to the NBA. Yeah, he coached the Nets.
Hey, don't be disrespectful.
Huh?
Hey, I'm glad y'all brought up Calipari and the crazy decisions that he allows happen. Do y'all know that UCLA has a player that used to play for UK last year, and he's probably averaging like 25 points in the tournament? But I just wanted to put that out there. Niang,
he's
that
right
plays
there.
for UCLA, he's averaging like 25 points in the tournament.
Johnny
Uzang or whatever, something like that. Yeah.
Hey, that man is 92% from the free throw line. You tell me UK couldn't use him?
Every time I watch UCLA play, I was pissed. Every time.
That dude is a walking bucket. There he is right there, number 3. There he is. He got the ball right now. There he is.
Who cares?
I know. I just brought it up. I know you don't care about Legend. I know.
No, all you had to say, Ralph.
I'm just a salty UK fan, Legend. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, was he going to have to get a title?
Huh? Calipari trash, bro. Calipari trash.
Hey, you know what, Ralph? Since you want to say that, then let's ask this question then.
Yes, sir.
Why did he transfer?
Because he knew that he was going to be in a situation where he has to sit behind some players like BJ Boston when he should be starting over.
Whoa. Sit behind this trash that played this year?
That's how it works. That's how it works, bro. You don't bring big recruits in and have them sitting on the bench. So
I got 2 words for you.
Unless you're the Harrison twins.
Yep.
I got 2 words for you. Charles Matthews. He ran him off, and he ran off and He went off and went to
Michigan and had a good career. Yep.
Had a great run for Michigan.
So against that backdrop, what I want to ask you then is you got 2 guys that I think it's 2, right? 2 guys
Yes, sir.
that are declaring for the one that's thinking about declaring for the draft, and then one that's declaring for the draft.
Laughable.
Help me.
Yeah, y'all lost.
I don't.
They already hiring
help me.
agents.
Help me.
Help me.
Help me.
Forgot about Kyle Wiltshire.
Hey man, Kyle Wiltshire went to Gonzaga. And
Gonzaga had a good career. Come on, not 35. Chill out. Chill.
But
Bro, he was going off.
He was doing good, but he wasn't doing on 35 a
He
game.
averaged about 19.
Bro, no. I'm saying, you look up his number. He was putting up huge numbers.
No, he had a few
No, he
good
averaged
games.
like
Stop
19.
it. Stop it.
So Boston goes pro. So, I mean, he going to G League?
He's projected a first-round pick.
And
Bro, he's going
issue,
overseas.
but but Legend, you have to base it off the talent that's in the NBA draft. That's why him and Isaiah Jackson, who was our center,
Now, wait
who
a
didn't
minute.
do much
I like-
of anything.
I like Isaiah Jackson. I like Isaiah Jackson.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you, Ralph. I'm not disagreeing with anything you just said. But what I'm asking you is if we go under that argument, you trying to tell me out of 28 NBA teams, the 20 or 32, whatever it is, out of all these NBA teams, let's just say for the sake of this conversation, there's 32 NBA teams. So you try
I stayed up too late last night, and I woke up early this
64
morning. And I
better
took a
players
nap, and you know how you have to take a nap.
We in agreement, Legend. There is, you
Ain't
asked
no
me,
way in hell you
who
gonna
my
say
favorite
that
UK player was this year. I don't know.
Ain't no way in hell. That boy
know.
Calipari said this at the beginning of the season. Maybe these guys need to unpack their bags.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Everybody
here's
should
my
come
question.
back.
Wait a
Everybody.
minute. I got a question for Ralph.
Yes,
See what
sir.
Matthew Hurt
No
did.
offense to Ralph. Ralph, no offense.
Hold on. I'm gonna throw this out there real quick. So I looked up Kyle Wiltshire's stats at UK. His freshman year, he averaged 5 points a game. His sophomore year, he averaged 10. He transferred. His junior season at Gonzaga, he averaged 16. His senior season, he averaged 20.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I knew it was about 19.
Yep.
Yeah, but go ahead, hot dog.
Ralph, no offense, but UK fans are the most annoying people on earth besides Cowboys fans. It's just the way it is.
I got you.
A lot of UK fans want Calipari out. If some way that happens, either he retires or they decide to move on,
Yes, sir.
who should y'all go after?
Nah.
Your personal opinion, who would you like to see as the coach? I got a great coach in mind for y'all. I tell you what, if y'all got him, I might start watching UK basketball.
I like Juwan, bro. I like
Mark
Juwan
Few.
Howard. I like what Juwan Howard's doing.
No. You leave Juwan alone in Michigan.
I know.
You leave Juwan alone
You
in
asked
Michigan.
me a question. I asked
You're
you
right.
what I would like to have.
Okay. You're right. I did.
And I feel like he's a player's coach, and I feel like he can get the recruits, and he can relate to the players somewhat of what we were missing this year with Kenny Payne. Like, I feel like I would love to have Juwan Howard right now, but I don't know. I don't know who we would get.
The coach, I think that would. I would say the guy at Villanova, Jay Wright. I love Jay Wright. I think he's a great coach.
I
don't like that small balls type of that
Jay Wright ain't leaving.
He won't leave anyway.
Yeah, I don't like his style of basketball.
Wait a damn minute.
Oh Lord.
How in the hell are we having a conversation? See, to your point, hot dog.
You see what they do, Legend?
To your point, UK fans are the just obnoxious, ridiculous fans.
All right. But Illinois fans are just number one.
How in the hell can you even remotely have a conversation about getting rid of Calipari because he had one bad season?
But I didn't say get rid of Calipari.
You, Ralph. I'm just talking in general. Hot dog made the comment. How can people have the conversation about getting rid of Calipari after one bad season?
Because of basically what y'all said, man. That's how UK fans are. We want it now. We want it now. We want it now. And if you not giving us, I mean, you ain't gave us a championship since 2012. Y'all throw it in my face all the time.
Well, he did. Well, first of all, Cal,
you know what I'm saying?
Cal did. Let's get this straight. Cal didn't give you a championship. AD did.
Cal played a part in it. Cal recruited AD. He brought him here. He would have never played at UK if Coach Cal was not here. So let's go ahead and put that out.
I agree.
Let me get to a couple of Sean's questions. He said, "Who is UNC's next coach?" He's on the bench. I think it'll be Hubert Davis. He's on the bench. But hold on. We got some more questions though. I think it'll be Hubert Davis because he's already right there on the bench.
What the hell's wrong? What?
Huh?
Go somewhere and cry in the corner. You know, he's always crying.
Roy, he's just saying for future because his next question was this: who takes the Duke job after Coach K leaves? Coach K ain't leaving no time soon, so he's just asking in general.
Have y'all seen
Coach K might leave sooner than Roy though?
Oh, I believe that. I
thought it was going to be Doug Collins, but it's not.
But I'm just saying,
I thought it was going to be Jeff Capel, and then he went to Pittsburgh.
Woj just got
who I thought it was
fired.
going to be.
Woj just got fired. He going to get picked up. I mean, why would you think Roy going in? Have you seen Roy's shoe game?
Yeah,
he got the drip. He got the drip.
He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
That's the original drip. That's the original drip.
He got the drip. He got the drip.
Oh man! Speaking of drip back, I gotta show y'all this picture in the group chat of Hot Dog's dad, Skip Bayless, out here with his shirt off for his OnlyFans. I don't know if y'all seen that.
I follow him on Instagram, bro. I was like, what the hell is he trying to prove? At
hey man, leave my dad alone, man. Leave my dad alone, man.
He's in shape though. He's in shape, so
he works out every day.
Yeah, he does.
He better be. He works out every day.
What other question Sean got? What else he got?
Hold on. He was
Does Illinois make it back next year to the?
He said, didn't Jay, as far as Hot Dog, he said, didn't Jay Wright turn down the UK job before Billy G got here?
He did.
But back then,
Hot Dog's daddy here.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hot Dog's dad, man.
Oh man.
I don't know. I can't. Hey, my phone's too bright, bro.
I don't need to see no more, sir. I don't need to see no more.
Drill.
Sean, I don't think. No, I don't think that's accurate. I don't think they ever offered him the job.
I think we were trying to get.
They were interested.
Yeah, we were trying to. I just don't think that he was trying to come here. I think that Villanova was in a good spot, and the team that he had, he wasn't trying to leave at that time.
They just came off at Elite Eight. They were projected to go to the Final Four, maybe a championship the year after that. They were. I think
we were trying to get him, Rick Barnes.
Y'all tried to get Billy Donovan. Y'all tried to get Billy Donovan.
We will hire Capel or we will hire John Shire. Woj won't get it. I think it'll be John Shire.
What about the other one, man? Nolan, the Nolan kid who was on that championship.
Nolan Smith.
He'll be on the staff. He'll be on the staff. They're gonna do him like they did. My man's name, the coaches for Stanford. I can't think of his name right now.
Johnny Dawkins.
Yep.
But he's at UCF now because remember they almost beat Duke a couple years ago.
Yeah, he had Taco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they almost beat Duke a couple years ago in the tournament.
Let's go hire Elton Brand.
Yeah, they did.
You said Elton Brand? No, he's in management.
He's a GM. He's a GM for the 76ers.
That's my point.
Yeah.
He ain't no coach.
I don't think El Brand wants no parts of no coaching. I think he's good.
He's good. He's doing very well right now. Yeah.
I mean, he'll dropping that bag off for these recruits.
I said it this way: unless the league passes the rule that you can go straight to the league from the high school, I don't think Coach K even thinks about leaving Duke until Bronny gets there for a year.
You think Brian's going there?
Nah, he'll go to UK. His dad will make you go to UK.
He'll go Ohio State. That's where I think he'll go.
Ohio State.
I think, but I think LeBron. I mean, he's got the relationship with Coach K. He's got a relationship with Cal too. But,
yeah, he got with everybody.
But I would see. I can see him.
Bronny can go wherever he wants to go.
But my question is, I know I made the joke earlier that I thought Rick Pitino might go to Indiana. Does Rick Pitino stay and I own it forever?
No.
No. There's definitely a bigger job out there for him.
I'm telling you, I think it's going to be Indiana.
UK. There we go. Bring him back to UK.
I'll take him. I will. That's my favorite UK coach ever. I sure will.
I hope he don't come back.
UK will never have him back. That'll never happen.
He would never come back to UK. He wouldn't come back here.
I think he would come back.
I don't think so, man.
I think he would come back.
I think every relationship's broken, man.
Nah, man. Rick has said.
Yeah.
But why would he go? Why would he go to Indiana? That just first. I'm gonna tell you why he's not going to Indiana, because his wife couldn't stand. No, true story. His wife could not stand Kentucky, the city of Kentucky. I hate it with a passion.
Yeah.
Whoa! Hold up now. Hold on now, legend.
That's a fact.
No, legend. No.
Oh,
No. He was going to take the Michigan job,
okay.
and his wife said she wanted to go back to Kentucky.
Oh, hell no. Well, she probably said Kentucky over Michigan.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I can tell you flat out for a fact that his wife.
His wife said she wanted to go back to the Bluegrass State, and that's why he took the Louisville job instead of Michigan. It's in the book.
Wanted out of Kentucky, she wanted to go back out east where she was from. And where's he at right now? Back out east. I'm just saying. Now, and you think she's gonna go to the Midwest? She's gonna go to the Midwest, where it's cold, snowing in the middle of nowhere in Bloomington, Illinois, because ain't nothing. It's literally in the middle.
But if his wife was okay with going to, Louisville, Bloomington's only an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Louisville.
I hear your points and they're valid points. I'm just telling you how it ain't happening.
Yeah, I don't see him going to Indiana, man. I don't see that.
I would see Brad Stevens going before Rick Pitino.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Facts.
that's true.
But
Boston got a way of running coaches back to the college level. You're right,
man. Let Brad Stevens go Indiana and let Mark Jackson coach the Celtics. Let's see what happens.
Mark Jackson will never have a coaching job again.
I know, and I don't get it, man.
It's
he's blackballed. It's over.
I
mean, let's say some high-profile job that opens up like a UCLA job or just something huge. That maybe even something like a Villanova job or something like that. I could see him taking something like that, but I can't see him. Nah, he ain't coming to me.
Yeah.
Man.
That program
I don't even know how we got here, man. I don't know how we even got to this point, but everybody would appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, you know what? You're right, Dan. You're right, Dan. You're right. Sean, we appreciate those questions, man. We do love getting questions from the people out there. Even though Sean's questions was kind of crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now you right, Louisville is trash. But anyway, we can get on up better here. We appreciate everybody tuning in. You can always go check out previous shows on the YouTube channel at KY Beyond the Game. You can also check out all of the podcasts on all major streaming platforms as well. So we can get on up out here. Thank you everybody for tuning in, liking, and sharing. Want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. And we up at this thing. Peace.
We out of here.
Q, see you in the NFC Championship, brother.